Hello everyone and welcome to our latest adventure. We're out midweek this week because we've had such a lovely day today. So we've just come to this quiet spot just on the outskirts of Bath to have a look and see if there's anything around. So it is a bit muddy here and not quite as shallow as we thought it might be, but that's okay too. So we're going to have a dig around, see if there's anything interesting. It's probably only going to be a quick one, but we'll see how we get on and we'll let you know what we can find. So our first find is an old bit of pottery. This is a handle from something. It's always interesting that you find sort of pretty complete handles, but I like them. They're nice, aren't they? And then I just pulled this out from the bank as well. I'm not sure if this is old or not. It looks like it used to have a Union Jack pattern on it, although that might just be the colours that are left. What do you think? So yeah, a couple of bits to show us that hopefully there's a sign of more to come, and we'll let you know what we find. So I'm still looking around in the bank and there's quite a few bits in here that I can see. So I've just put out this old bit of plate, and I know that it's really dirty. It's obviously been in there a long time, but you can just see the hint of a pattern there, look. So it was obviously something decorative in its time. And there's another piece there, and there are more bits in there, I think. Look. That's nice, isn't it? You can just see sort of tiny shards everywhere in here, so you can get a digging implement and see what else comes out. That's really nice, isn't it? So I'm sure you can see, look, there's just another little, there's absolutely loads of it in here. So that's a good sign. So I'm just going to dig around in here a little bit longer, see what else comes out. These are little pieces of the same item at some point, but obviously they've been crushed after being in here for years and years. Look, you can just see a little tiny piece of pattern poking out there. It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, look, there's lots of this similar sort of pattern. So I'm going to dig around in here for a little bit longer. I'm going to put the camera down and just get my dig on a little bit, and I'll bring you back and let you know what else I can find. Hi guys, so I've just been having a look through the bits of the bank that I can get to, and you can see I found some lovely old bits here. Some of them you saw sort of coming out, and then a few other pieces here. So there are obviously a couple of things here that are all of the same thing, but it's just so broken, and we're not going to sort of hack away at the bank because there's this lovely big tree above it, and it's not the right thing to do. As tempting as it is to see what this tree has got underneath it, we're not just going to hack it away so that there's nothing left. So I'm pleased with my little finds. There's nothing, I've been at it for quite a while, and there's nothing sort of more complete than that in there really. So we'll leave it at that for now, and we're going to move on a little bit down the brook and see what else we can find. I'm just on my way up to the other end of the brook, and I've pulled this out of the mud, not in the water, just on the bank. Not much left of it, unfortunately. I will give it a clean up a bit later on and show you what it looks like. But it was obviously some sort of figurine of maybe a dog or something. So yeah, I'm guessing that's been here a pretty long time, and it's quite a neat thing to find. Okay, so I'm just at the other side of the brook, only a few steps away from where I was before, but I've had to come up and over because it's just too deep in the middle. And there are bits to be found here. It's an old bit of a sort of earthenware. Looks like maybe it's a plate or something, bit of a design still on it. So that's good. This looks intriguing, doesn't it? It is. Sorry about the camera there, I got a bit excited. Looks like the bottom of a jug or jar or something, doesn't it? Is that a mark on the bottom? I don't know if that's just an age mark actually, rather than a sort of maker's mark or logo or something. the remnants of some kind of pattern, I think, which is nice. There's lots of bits of scrap metal around. Okay. That's just a bit of shell. Another piece there. It's got quite a nice shape to it actually, hasn't it? I think it's just broken in such a way that it looks like it was meant to be curved like that at the edge. This is a nice piece. Yeah, look. Just get some of the colour out of that. Look at that colour, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, I think I've missed a big piece. No, it was a leaf. A piece of plate there. I love that things just get sort of washed along. Who knows how far they've travelled or where they've come from. But they're here and we're going to find them. There's a couple of bits in here, look. So keep going a little bit longer and I'll bring you back shortly and catch you up with what I found. So my partner's just ahead of me, Larking, and he's just pulled out this. An old bottle. Look, no. Can't see any sort of names or anything on it. But we'll have a closer look when we've cleaned it up at home. But still, that's nice. Always nice to find a bottle, so pleased with that one. So we've just found this magnificent piece under the root of an old tree here, and it's really just lovely. It's got a really nice pattern still around the edge, and a nice big piece where you can still see the shape. Imagine the size that would have been in its finest days. And under the same tree, still filled up with the gunk that it came in, an old paste jar. So we found a few of these now in our time actually, and always a pleasure to find these in good condition. So we're still digging around under the same tree to see if there's anything else interesting in there, and we'll let you know. Oh yeah, so I'm still finding lots of nice pieces of pottery. I mean, these are really old and dirty. They've been in there a long time, but there's a pattern there. So I'm going to clean them up and see if I can identify anything. This is really nice at the shape of the top of an old bowl or something. Again, a hint of a pattern. So there's a few pieces like that, and that looks like an old jar. Bit of an old tile maybe. So nothing special to look at now, but I just know that there's some hidden gems underneath there, so I'm going to clean them up. And I've also just found this, which the jury's out about whether this is just in fact a stone, but it's a really interesting shape. So it looks like it might have been designed to be that shape, but maybe that's just the way that nature wanted it to be. Let me know what you think. We've also on our travels found loads of these. I'm not sure what bird they're from. A little green eggshell. There's tons of them, so there's either been some egg hatching or egg snatching nearby, hopefully the former. So it's a really lovely place to lark here. It's pretty flat, which is nice, and really shallow at the moment as well, so it's great, really enjoying it. Lots of pottery finds. So we're just going to have a mooch up and see what else there is. Lots of metal bits, like I said. Some glass there, yes. But not a bottle. There are quite a lot of leaves, so I apologise if I just pick up leaves all the way. Try not to. There's just so many little shards. It's hard not to look at them all, really. Yeah, that looks really old, doesn't it? Looks like it's been knocking around a long time there. Quite a lot of leaves in the water today. The same. Starts to get a bit deeper here. Head to safety. It's harder to see, of course, when the water is faster. Spot a few things. Oh, that's a stone. Rocks and leaves, I think. Again, there's just a little hint, look, of a blue pattern along there. That would have been magnificent in its former days, wouldn't it? So I'll keep going a little bit longer, see if there's anything else. A few bits and pieces here, look, plain. And I'll let you know what else I can find. Okay, let me just catch you up on a few more pieces, more pottery. No more bottles or glass yet, unfortunately. So it's like the bottom of a teacup maybe. Some bigger pieces here. It's at the bottom of something. Again there. There's a few patterned pieces as well, look. That's nice, isn't it? Nice pattern along the edge. Really like that one. I didn't think this was always green. Who knows? And then a great big piece of bowl or pot or something. So yeah, there's still lots of bits of pottery coming out. But not much else at the moment. We're going to keep going a little bit longer and we will let you know if and when we find anything else interesting. See you shortly. Look at this hint of blue beaking up at me. That's lovely, isn't it? And there's a smaller piece there, look. A tiny chip with some flowers on it. So I've just spotted from the other bank some interesting looking things under this tree, and I've filled my wellies to get and have a look at them. You can see this bit of a plate. Bear with me a second. And look, isn't it lovely? Well worth filling up my wellies for. I'm a bit wobbly, so bear with me. It's got a nice picture on. And it's got a name on the back. Half of one. Paris, I think it says. Is that Johnson at the bottom? Certainly one that I'll look up and just put up if I can find who that was made by. But yeah, that's lovely. Been caught up in that tree for who knows how long. Well worth filling my wellies for. So I've made it right to the other side with a wellie full of water, but I've pulled this out as well. I couldn't not see what it was because I could see the edge of it from where I was, and I couldn't not go a bit deeper and just try and get to it. So it looks like the bottom of an old clay pot. Really thick. Pretty old, I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm glad I've come across and pulled that one out. Okay guys, so my wellies are full now, and I think that probably means we've come to the end of today's lark. Has been a bit of a shorter one because it's just, as I said, a nice evening out to see what we can find and have a bit of a relaxing stroll through a lovely location, which we've done. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. We have found quite a few nice things which we're pleased with, and we've got some more spots lined up hopefully the weekend if the weather stays nice, so look out for those. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.